Hey, it's Patricia. It is, I don't know, it's like 9:45 or something at night. It's late. Well, it's not late. It's getting there though. Um, I have had a long, fun day and I'm sitting in my car now in the dark making my little video. And I have had the weirdest experience tonight. I just kind of tripping out because I decided I was gonna like pull over to make this video in a parking lot. And every parking lot that I stopped in, there are all sorts of people sitting in cars, just like dark parking lots, and there are like people. And I started to contemplate like what is going on, and I legitimately think that so many people are living in their cars right now, and it's just like this kind of unseen thing. But the world is tough right now. It's tough for so many people, and I just kind of felt it. And then I pulled into another parking lot and I was like, oh, this one looks quiet. Looks like nobody's here. And then the police came by like really slow. And so I decided to go someplace else. Um, but anyway, just an observation of the night. But today I I spent the day with my friend Jennifer, and we took like 200 bags out to all the fire stations in the area, and little gift bags to say thank you for um, everything that the firefighters have been doing right now. Like, there's lots of forest fires here in Oregon and in California, and it was fun. The bags had like little chapstick and peppermint essential oils in them, but it was fun. Everybody was so nice, and it was really fun to get to see all these people out and about and thank them and get to see the fire trucks and that kind of stuff. I think those kind of like little kid things never go away, that the fire trucks are cool and all that. So I don't know, it was fun. But that took a lot of hours today, and we went and we had a nice lunch, and then I came home and visited with my husband a bit, and then we ran out to do some quick grocery shopping. And then I took off to go have dinner with another friend. I think that the world is so interesting right now. Like I said, I mean, I noticed a lot of people in their cars and potentially sleeping in their cars all over the place, for one. But then, I mean, just thinking of how this coronavirus has impacted people is nuts. It's kind of nuts. So, you've got so many people so freaked out and so isolated and not spending time with other people and not touching. And like, I saw a sign at the grocery store that's like, wear your masks, stay 6 feet apart, no touching, no handshaking. Like, there was like a whole list of rules. And I'm just like, what the heck? And then I talked to people in all these other states where like big events are going on, and sorry, scratch my nose, which they say not to do too, where there's like big events going on, and it's just trippy. I like cannot figure the world out right now. I can definitely not figure out the United States, and definitely not figure out Oregon or Portland or anything like that. I mean, for the most part, out where I live out in wine country, and so we're not in the big city, we're outside the city. It's for the most part fairly laid back. um but once you get in the city, it's just totally different. It's totally different. But we went out to dinner tonight regardless. That's what I'm trying to say. We went out to dinner tonight. We went to a sweet little restaurant, Nicoletta's in Lake Oswego. Very good Italian food. And, like, there's not really many people eating on the inside. Everybody's outside, but the outside was packed. Like, every table was full. Everybody was having a good time. It was so normal. Like, it felt so incredibly normal, besides the fact that our waiters had masks on, which, is different. And it's kind of like some weird trippy fetish fetish movie or something, where you're like, oh look, all these people have black masks, what's going on here? But it's a weird world right now. Is all I'm trying to say. But it was nice to get out and talk to people and see people like doing all sorts of different things, going to, we went to a couple different restaurants. I did, with different people, different friends. Got to have friendship time, which I know that there are a lot of people out there like really lacking the friend time right now. And I think that that's sad. I think it's sad. I think like it's hard and confusing right now, like what's right and wrong as far as all this, like this virus stuff. Like what's right, what's wrong, what are the statistics, who's telling the truth, who's lying, what are the numbers really, like so many things to think about, right? And I mean, who knows? We could all have it next week, or nobody could ever get it again and they could say it was something else. I don't know. Probably not that. Probably not the second. But who knows? Who knows? The numbers are still relatively small in the state that I live in. So I really can't say. But within that, I've decided, like I said, I think I said something about it yesterday. Oh yeah, yesterday, because I bought tickets. I am going to venture out. I'm going to go on an international trip in a couple weeks. And I am going to head out to Haiti. So I'm going to fly through several different airports and get to see all the different guidelines everywhere. And I'm going to go out in Miami for a night and see what's going on in Miami, which from what I hear, like, is pretty normal. But I'm sure there are people still in masks. But like schools in Florida, I hear, I mean, Disney World's open. I don't know. So we're going to go see what's happening there and then stay in the Miami airport. There's actually a hotel there because we have an overnight flight, and then we'll fly into Haiti. We're going to fly into Cap Haitian. I mean, no, actually, we're going to start. We land in Port-au-Prince, and then we'll fly into Cap Haitian. And then we'll be on the ground for, 10 days or so. And we are going to be doing so many projects. It's so exciting. We're going to be, there's a group of 3 of us, I'm pretty sure, that are going. So we have to get our third counterpart all the ticket information so she can jump on all the same flights with us. But we, 3 midwives, we're going to go. We're going to have a videographer and a photographer. And we document the things we do in different ways for different reasons. We do a lot of photographs and videos for grants and those types of things. And so I'm going to try to get some very specific documentation for a grant that I'm looking into. I feel really good about it too. It's a good sized grant. I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful. But I feel like the way I want to present things in the grant needs to be in like a really well put together format. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to, bring supplies in. We're going to go into town and hopefully get supplies. It's tough right now. Usually at our birth center there, Mama Baby Haiti, we usually have volunteers coming in every month, and they bring suitcases full of supplies. And I think there's an impact that people don't understand about this pandemic or the coronavirus. Like there are people that are like saying things like it's selfish to say that people die, or like, how can I say the words are right about this? That yes, people are dying from a pandemic, but the impact that is happening globally as far as starvation for one, and international aid for another, and global economies, like the ripple effect is so huge. I guess this is where I'm trying to go with it. The ripple effect is so huge that God forbid anyone that sees this or has lost a person. I mean, I get that so many people have died, and I don't want that for anybody, and I don't want anybody to suffer. I definitely don't want to get it. I don't want to suffer and die from it. I don't want my loved ones to suffer and die from it. But the great impact is that people are suffering all around the world because of this in ways that are hard to explain, like by shutting down everything, by the massive fear, by the intensity of the precautions. Like people are suffering like crazy. Like it is very difficult for us to get supplies into another country that we have a birth center in. It's very difficult to get those supplies in the country. People are starving because food is so freaking expensive. And like, there are so many layers. There are so many layers that I wish that people could understand, and I wish I had the words. I wish I had the words to put to it, or I wish I had, like, I gotta sit down and write it all out. I gotta write it all out. Oh, my light. I gotta sit down and write it all out so that I can explain, like how drastically things have changed. Like, currently the major airlines are not flying into the city that we're going into. So we have to take a major airline to the other city on the other side of the country and then get on a very tiny plane. So it changes the amount of supplies that we can bring into the country. Typically, I will do these things. I'll typically bring in 2 75-pound bags with very little, and a carry-on, very little stuff for myself, and almost everything else supplies. And now it's just this little altered system. And I don't know, I'm just rambling on. But I just think it's important to consider that there's so much more happening in the world right now than just getting an infection, getting a coronavirus. There's so much more, and the global impact is terrible. And I mean, the impact in this country is terrible. It's terrible. It just is. Like, there are people, like I said, every parking lot I pulled over to, like, record this silly little video on, there are people in their cars that appear to be all sleeping in their cars because people are losing their jobs. People are getting kicked out of their homes. We're at the phase right now where unemployment is ending for the people that got on unemployment when this whole thing started. So it's going to get crazy. I don't know. I don't have the answers. But with that, I am still getting on a plane and I am traveling to Haiti, and I'm going to take supplies with me and try to figure out how to get everything running normally again, to the best of my ability. And I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to see the new land we've purchased. Can't wait to look at all the building plans while there, talk to builders, get everything going. So yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot going on. But anyways, I'm just fully rambling on tonight. So it was fun to go out with Jennifer, my friend Jennifer. It was fun to see all the firefighters today, other human beings doing good work in the world. I love people that do good work in the world. It was fun. It was fun to see all their, smiles and happiness. Gifts are a great way to thank people that are, like, working hard in the world, especially those that continue to work hard around people, helping people in a pandemic. It's awesome to show that you're thankful, because I'm not saying about me, but we have been, like, working since day one. We have never stopped. And so many other people, so many healthcare workers have never stopped. We just get up and go to work every day. So it was nice, and it was fun to give them all doTERRA. And it was awesome that doTERRA gave us all those oils and chapsticks, and we got to take all these things out to them. That was super fun. And it was fun to go out to eat, and it was fun to spend time with another friend, another Jennifer. I spent time with 2 Jennifers today. It was fun to spend time with another friend, and friendship is really important. Being around people that you love is really important. And I mean, we are apparently having a healthcare crisis, but there's also a mental health care crisis. And I think that it's super important to take care of your mental health and reach out to friends and spend time and connect. Connection is so important. It's so important to feel connected to people. And gosh, there's just so much going on in the world right now. So much. There's so many hard things right now. So try to stay connected to the people you love. This is going to sound terrible. Don't go off and die of a pandemic without talking to the people you love. That's a horrible thing to say. I don't want anybody to die of a pandemic, but I'm not going to say but. I don't want anybody to die in this pandemic, or of the coronavirus or anything else. But just remember, there are people. We're in a hot spot, heavy time in life. Stay connected. Don't isolate yourselves. Don't be alone. Make phone calls. Call on FaceTime. Have your 6 feet apart distancing time with your people whatever you need to do. Hug facing the opposite direction. Whatever you need to do, but stay connected. Don't isolate so much that you lose sight of the world and sight of yourself. And with all the rambling I've done here, you may wonder if I've lost sight, but I haven't. I'm just feeling like, I don't know, I'm feeling really, I guess I'm feeling passionate about the huge global disconnect happening right now. And the fact that we can't fear the world and we can't fear each other for us all to survive. We have to fight to survive, and we have to fight for everyone to thrive. And, there's a lot going on in the world, so fight for it. Stay connected. Help your brothers and sisters. Be there for each other. Love your friends, love your family. And remember the things that are important. Okay? So there's my long rambling on about giving firefighters doTERRA, going to lunch and dinner with a friend, and planning a trip to Haiti. The short version, right? Okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye.